What's going on, guys? This is Jason, Blacktop Rescue. This is my buddy Casey, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's doing with my peanut port heads and how he's fly cutting them and shaving them down.
Casey Carter here. We're going to be taking 60 thousandths off these heads, fly cutting them, try and bump the compression up on them a little bit. So what I've done, first off, kind of rough cut, coming in here using a face mill. This is kind of a little bit unconventional from the way that most of the time it's done nowadays. Of course, there's still a lot of old engine builders that still use a Bridgeport, come in here and fly cut heads, but using what they call a face mill, there's a bunch of little carbide inserts all around it. Come in there and rough a lot of that material out. You don't want to be using a big fly cutter like that and take a whole bunch of material. But anyway, we've taken off 50 thousandths of the heads. Now we're going to come in here and take about 10 thousandths off of them and make one smooth, clean pass all the way through here. And as you can see, all the face mill, it leaves its cuts down there where it's kind of uneven, real jagged, not a real pretty finish. But we're going to take care of that with this right here, making one solid, smooth, clean pass, and it'll be completely flat, nice surface finish, and it'll be good to go. But first, we got to get this thing indicated in. Now, what I have this thing on is on what they call a roll fixture, which you will find these on a lot of your big head resurfacing machines. So I'll have to get this thing set in this direction here, get it level with the table and with the head, and then I'll have to do the same thing here to get it level this way, so whenever we go to cut, it'll be a good, flat, clean cut. So, and how I'll do that, I'll take my gauge here. I guess we'll go ahead and get started on indicating. Yeah. So, dial indicator, mag base, just on the mill somewhere. There's a whole bunch of different ways to indicate things in and all that other stuff, but this is the way I like to do it. And I have several different ways. Anyway, so I will want to take my indicator. I want to raise my table up a little bit. I'm going to travel on my indicator. Most of you that don't know, this is old Bridgeport milling machine. Things have been around since, I don't know, the beginning of time maybe. They've used these things since, I don't know, come out 1920s, 30s. Maybe a little bit later on or early. Somebody correct me on that. I'm not a historian on this stuff. I'm just a machinist. But this Bridgeport was made back in 1968, I want to say. It's a pretty old school machine, and you'll find a lot of these still from that era. Really good condition all the way to now, still made the exact same way. They get the job done. But this machine, you can do pretty much anything on it. It's all for making parts, resurfacing heads, just about anything you can do, anything you can think of. But anyway, now what we're going to be using it for, obviously, is to resurface this head. So, I got my indicator set on here. I got a load put on it. Now, and this is just something I like to do, and most machinists do this, set that at 0 so you know where you're at, and we'll start rolling it back.
Sorry guys, we know that it's hard to see the dial indicator gauge, so just bear with us. Yeah.
But so I started at 0 here. And I've gotten to about 15 thousandths here. Now this next portion back here is all real rough casting, so I'm not going to go that far back. I just know that I need that needle to be in one spot, stay in the same place on the same number all the way across here, and I know we'll be flat. It's good practice to know that you're flat here to here, but we're not going to get that with that being a little bit lower than this surface here. But as long as you're all the way flat here, you're good to go. So now I know we're at 15 thousandths from this end to this end, so I'll be loosening up on my fixture and finding that happy medium point between the two, and then we'll be flat there.
Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and set y'all up on a time lapse so y'all don't have to watch all this boring stuff that we got going on. So let me get y'all set up on a time lapse and then we will continue.
One thing we're going to do before we start cutting, we're going to apply a little bit of Dykem layout fluid. We call that steel blue. You can get it purple and some other colors. It's always good to do this. You know, whenever you sit there, you took a rough cut, and now you got to switch cutters. Well, you've now lost your Z0, so you got to pick back up on it. Take that stuff right there, apply it on here, and you just make just a small cut here so it starts cleaning up, and then you know, hey, you're now on the material. And when you make a full cut across here, you know, if you don't have any more blue left, you made a full clean cut, or if you have some in some areas, you have some high spots, low spots, whatever. So we're going to go ahead and apply this now before we start cutting.
And I know for a fact these heads have never been warped. This motor that I got, it only had like, I think 16,000 miles on it. And what had happened is the garage that was doing the oil change on it forgot to put oil back in it. So it kind of just ate the bearings up a little bit. And they pulled it out and put a new motor in that car for the guy. Way back when. What's the piece of paper for?
Right here is just to kind of figure out where you're at on the paper, thickness wise.
God damn, y'all fucking still fucking cold in here?
Yeah. Yeah, we can cut that off now, but
Holy fuck.
It's toasty, ain't it?
Oh, sorry.
So what's up, Andy?
I thought long was good.
Huh?
I thought long was good.
No, a couple more thousand. Well, he said he cut that one at like 55,000 or 50,000. Wow,
How many passes do you think to get to that?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's not even foam. It's fucking.
What's going on, guys? So I lost a lot of footage when I was shooting some milling these heads down. This is only going to be part one of the series of me building this big block 454. These heads aren't the most desirable heads there are, but I'm going to make them work. I'm going to port match them and not port match them, but I'm going to open them up. I'm going to polish the chambers out, put valves in them, valve seats, and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching.